Thunder Force, released April 9th on Netflix. You can watch it now with the subscription. The movie is directed by Ben Falcone and stars Melissa McCarthy, Octavia Spencer, Jason Bateman, Bobby Cannavale, Palm Klementieff. I don't know how to pronounce that. The girl from Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm sorry. Melissa Leo is also in this too. Melissa McCarthy steps back into the comedy world with this film after previously being in Can You Ever Forgive Me and The Kitchen. I really liked seeing McCarthy in a serious dramatic film. Like Can You Ever Forgive Me? I did not see The Kitchen though, but I imagine the film is a lot like Thunder Force being superhero actiony film, except less comedic moments probably in The Kitchen. I had very low expectations going into watching this film as I had not seen any trailer for it or even known very little about the story. I knew it had superheroes. That's about it. I was surprised to see Jason Bateman in the film when he popped up. This film is attempting to cash in though on the comic book craze. It is not based on any previous material, with Ben Falcone also writing this movie. I really hope Melissa McCarthy starts acting in more dramas because this movie's jokes really missed the mark for me. I'll tell you my thoughts on the film, but the comedy is subjective. So if you could find this movie to be funny, even though I didn't, so it's just all opinions. And let me know what you think in the comments too. Okay, so the opening of this film got my attention from the start. I really like seeing all the cool and creative ways filmmakers present the opening credits. Thunder Force had this comic book page style opening credits that look cool while establishing the tone and the setting of the film. During the opening credits of the movie, there was a ton of exposition. This movie does a good job with setting up the story we're about to watch with cool design comic book pages. We find out the motivation of Emily, played by Octavia Spencer. Her motivation is to fight back against the evil villains who killed her parents. The character was set up well, and you knew why the character made the decisions she did. The film starts with main characters of Emily and Linda becoming friends in middle school. I was shocked by how much the young child actress looked like Melissa McCarthy, actually. The actress acted very similar to her. But after finishing the film, I actually looked up who played this actress. Found out it was the daughter of McCarthy. So now I know why the actress was so great, in my opinion, why they so looked so alike. And it was like I was just blown away in the middle, and now I'm like, okay, I get why I was blown away is because they're related. Emily and Linda eventually do get superpowers to fight against the villains from taking over Chicago. The hero villain dynamic are pretty straightforward in this. You know who is good and who is evil within seconds of the character being introduced. There are some betrayals in the movie too, but you know they're coming from a mile away. I could predict what was going to happen next in the film almost after every scene. Yet there were still some plot holes in the film that are not explained fully, like how certain characters get the powers and how one character survives an explosion. I had problems with just not knowing what happened. It felt like there were scenes cut there, and the scenes should have been placed back in there, but they were cut. The movie should actually cut other longer scenes. The movie comes in at 107 minutes long. I think this movie would have been better if it was cut down to 90 minutes or so. What saved the movie, though, from being horrible, in my opinion, is Jason Bateman. His character is the funniest in the film. I laughed every time he was on screen. His character gained superpowers that gave him crab arms. It was hilarious just seeing the crab arms. The interactions he has with the arms is always funny, and he's given the best jokes, and Bateman makes them even funnier with his delivery. Jason Bateman is definitely the star of this movie, with the great jokes and great character he has, and just his overall aura of Jason Bateman and how funny he can be. One joke that sticks out in the movie is about the name of the henchman that goes by Andy, Andrew, or Drew, or multiple other ones. Bateman sets this joke up with the other actors kind of finishing it for him, but the movie only has a few of these good jokes. The rest are just plain bad. There is an owl joke that is cringeworthy, between Melissa McCarthy and another actor. The joke in reference to Urkel is almost unwatchable, with Melissa McCarthy kind of acting like him, and pushing up the glasses and all that. It's very bad. She also delivers most of these unfunny jokes, which is why I really wish Melissa McCarthy would make more dramas. The joke of her struggling to get back in the car is almost made me turn off the movie. It was just terribly directed, I think, the camera placement, and it went on for way too long, and it was just slow, and it wasn't funny at all, and just annoying, actually. Another part of this movie that was really hit or miss was the CGI. I really liked how they showed Octavia Spencer's character being invisible. Those neat effects they used, kind of like silhouette, transparent looking. And then there was a scene with Melissa McCarthy picking up a bus that looked so terribly fake. And then I'm not sure if Bateman's crab arms are CGI or not. They look to be practical, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was. But they did a great job on him if they were practical or if they were CG. It just brought the whole character of his together as like that crab person with these pinchers and claws on his hands. I was so glad that they made the choice they did, whether it was practical or CG, and it just increases the likability of the character, which would have been lost if they would have chose CG, I feel. Even with the great Bateman crab character, this movie is bad. All the Chicago references that they made can make it watchable really for a second viewing. I love seeing all the Bears and Cubs logos though, and her drinking Old Style in the movie, but it just doesn't make the movie anywhere near good and makes me want to watch it a second time. I'll never see this movie again. It'll be forgettable, I feel. So I give Thunder Force a 30 out of 100. Just go ahead and skip this movie. You really don't need to see it on Netflix. Wait for the next new release next week. If you do decide to leave a comment here with your thoughts, let me know what you thought of Thunder Force, and please like and subscribe this channel.